passed some laws. Senator Clark did a lot of hard work, and I'm upset because they're ignoring it.
Yeah.
There's no penalty written in there, and there's no remedy for the parents. So what incentive do they have to do it? None, and they don't care, and they're bold about it, you know. So that this doesn't have to get censored. I won't tell you what I really think about it, but I don't have the patience anymore. And when I hear them complimented, it upsets me. And so, you know, I lose credibility because everybody thinks I'm just out to get them. But it's hard. But we're making progress on the federal side. We got over qualified immunity for a woman who took the stand of children. Not only did she have an utter, complete lack of evidence, but she fabricated some evidence, and she lied and committed perjury, and she got immunity for that. So we can't appeal that issue until the whole case is over if we're ever lucky enough to get to trial. 2 years we've been on it, and we haven't been able to take our first deposition yet, but that's coming because not only did the 8th Circuit say you have to have reasonable suspicion when you take a child, you have to have reasonable suspicion at the moment the child seized, and that's pretty big. So that was good. So then they did another motion to dismiss, and they said, Joe's just trying to set aside and attack that state court order. Your Attorney General, your constitutional Attorney General, is out there saying you can't attack it because our kiddie court judge found probable cause. And that's conclusive evidence that she had reasonable suspicion when the children were taken, so they kind of tried to backdoor argue that immunity again. But they were attacking the federal case, saying, you know, he just wants another bite at the apple. That's one of their favorite sayings. Another bite at the apple, another bite at the apple. So this time, again, the federal court sided with us, and Judge Holmes said, no, that's not, things don't happen there like they do in a real court of law. It's a special proceeding. Hearsay is admissible. The only purpose of that is to find, if the worker had probable cause at the moment those children were seized. And that's pretty big too. In the Eastern District, Judge Leon Holmes in a class action lawsuit found just the opposite. So you got two judges in the Eastern and Western Districts of Arkansas looking at the same situation and finding different. So the government gets to appeal while the case is still going on. It's called interlocutory appeal. It's a hell of an advantage in it. The government has all the advantages. So when our judge, PK Holmes, in the Stanley case, said you don't get immunity because you didn't have reasonable suspicion. You were there 5.5 hours, you knew you didn't have it. You might have had it when you walked up there with the warrant, but when you talked to everybody and you looked, you didn't have it. So you're not immune. So that's huge too, you know. Listen, I said in the Stanley case, the governor, the DHS, the director of DHS, I didn't know who had done wrong in DHS, because even though they didn't want to take the Stanley children on the front end, once they got them, they wouldn't let them go, okay? And that's where the real damage occurs, is once they've got the children, you know? But I'm preaching to the choir, you guys know, because they did it to you, right? So, trying to blaze this trail, Connie does federal cases, Connie does dependency cases. Some of these people and lawyers that have been successful suing DHS, they don't do the dependency side, like Sean Miller. I used his pleadings in the Stanley case. I used his depositions. He blazed the trail, but he doesn't do the dependency. So once you're suing in federal court, hopefully you're trying to put your family back together, or at least you have your kids. In a dependency case, we're fighting for our lives. So, good news. PK Holmes on our side. The other case, the government took that interlocutory appeal, and that's why it's been 23 months in the Stanley case before I ever get to take the first deposition. So this is Mary. She's the one that interrupted us with a phone call a minute ago. And that's her daughter, Jessica. So, Jessica still doesn't get to raise her kids. But, thank God, her mom does. So, together they're a family. And eventually we might get it fixed. But it's going to take the federal lawsuits making them pay. Because unless you take their money away, you're not hurting them. Because really what they've got is an industry and jobs. And the governor gets to balance the state's budget with the billions of dollars that come in. And he doesn't have to worry about him getting a legitimate job and really helping people. Okay? And now, one of our branches here, the legislature, the great people, Senator Clark, just will not give up. But when they're ignoring the laws that he passed because there's not a damn thing you can do about it, you have to realize you're working with people that laws aren't going to really help, because they're going to skirt them and they're going to misinterpret them. And, you know, their head attorney correctfully, after he had incorrectly interpreted the law for the senators, said, you know, you got 5 lawyers, you get 5 different answers. You know, or he'll say, you can ask Mr. Churchman, I'll guarantee it'll be the opposite of him. He's right about that. But without a penalty, they're not going to stop doing what they're doing. So I don't think there's any insanity in the executive branch here, and I'm standing right in the Capitol telling his office is right down there. With the stroke of a pen, the governor can fix this. Okay? He appoints the director. The director serves with his pleasure. And that's not just DHS, that's the state police. So not only are we not holding them accountable, and our slogan is the people who rule in Arkansas. We can't, really, because the ones that are in power make all the rules, and the rules are always stacked in favor of the government. But, you know, I don't know, if the federal judges do the right thing, we're going to be able to petition for redress, and that's a big one. We've got sovereign immunity in the state of Arkansas now, thanks to the other one. We talked about the legislative branch and the executive branch. Talk to you blue in the face, that's not going to make any difference in this state, I don't believe. But the judicial